What's going on YouTube? GraveCinder here, and welcome back to episode number 30. Quite a milestone for our city, and I think we have a really good episode today. There's a couple of things that I wanted to go over with you guys, but before we get into the episode, I did want to I wanted to say just a few things. Um, what I wanted to say is thank you. Thank you to all of you guys who have subscribed so far to my channel. The channel is growing. It's doing great. I think right now we're sitting a little bit over 100, or I'm not 100, 470 subscribers, which is absolutely huge. That means that there's 470 people out there that like my content and have actually subscribed to the channel to receive updates for when I post next. So I think that's pretty amazing. I read I read one of the comments from one of you guys that are watching um, in Iraq. That is crazy. How far um, YouTube will actually take you and where it will take your content. Um, but once again, guys, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Um, I plan on being around for a while. I have no intention in quitting YouTube for the foreseeable future, at the very least. And let's uh, let's do some great things together. For this episode, I do have a couple of things planned, and I'll share with you guys what that is. And before I go into the overview, I just wanted to show you guys real quick. I did a little bit of decorating off camera, and I kind of finished up this area right here. I decorated everything with trees, put in a couple of pathways, and just completely, well, I really can't say completely. There's a couple of blank spots over here that are kind of annoying, such as these two triangles over here, but they will get done. But essentially what I did is kind of finished up the area. There's no more room to zone, and we're just gonna go ahead and leave it like this and wait to unlock this tile. So with that said, let's take a look at the overview. We're sitting at 6.3 million in the bank. That's money we can spend right away. 22,000 incoming. Pretty low. 55,000 population and 138 residents moving in weekly. We do have a demand for residential and commercial. Absolutely zero demand for jobs. And as you guys can see, this area here is still struggling pretty bad. That is why there is no demand for jobs. Now, the goal for this episode, and I don't care how long it takes, is going to be to get us to that 60,000 population so we can actually unlock that next tile. I do have a plan on how to. It's something that I've been experimenting with, and I think it's gonna work. I'm going to relate this to the video that I posted not too long ago, comparing low density residential and high density residential. So what my goal here is going to be is to level up every single one of these buildings to level 5. And if you guys watch the video, you'll know exactly how we're going to go about achieving that. If you did not, that is going to be by providing the best coverage for healthcare, emergency services such as fire, police, schools, transportation as well, parks. The whole area does have to be covered by parks. Now, you're probably sitting there and thinking, well, you know, it's got pretty good coverage. What else are you gonna do? Well, the idea behind what I plan on doing is simple, and I will show you guys right now. What I'm going to do is increase healthcare all the way up to 150%. I'm also going to increase the fire department, the police, schools, and parks. Buses, we did the previous episode, so we're going to leave that the way it is. And I'm also going to increase the metro. So let me just go ahead and complete this real quick. Okay, I'll put the game on pause. And this area over here, guys, this is this Washington Park area has a high-rise ban. We are going to we're going to take that off. Or actually, it's already off. Perfect. What I will do is go ahead and expand this district all the way out to just like so. I think I might have, oh no I didn't. No, we're good. I thought maybe I clipped a couple of these hotel buildings, but no, we're good. So if I can explain this to you the right way, the goal is going to be to hit 60,000 population in this episode, and I think we certainly can by doing nothing aside from raising the budget for those services that I just did. I definitely think that there's at the very least about 4,000 people that we can still move into our city with it sitting just the way it is right now. For example, let's just select one house. See this one? This one is near level 5. And it needs increased land value. Well, that's going to happen once I resume the simulation. Since we increased the parks to cover 150% of the area, that is going to happen for these folks right here.
Gaze at a gazelle. Scary. Actually, if things can just disappear randomly.
And the other thing that I wanted to do is if we go over here into policies, I do want to apply high-tech housing to the whole city. Let me explain that real quick. So high-tech housing, I think I mentioned this actually in the previous episode, but slightly increased land value, which is good. And it does have an upkeep of 4 cents per residential building, meaning the low density and high density. So it's going to cost us a little bit on the budget, but that's okay. That is a-okay. I'm a little bit nervous. I think that we're going to go into the negatives here for a short period of time. But I think this is going to be a success. So I will go ahead and put the game on 3 speed. I will also try to turn this into a time lapse, and I will stop the time lapse right at when we hit 60,000 population. And the only reason why I would get away from the screen that you guys are going to be watching is in the event that there's a big shortage of water or power anywhere in the city. Actually, you know what? Water. Now that I mention it, let's go ahead and add an additional 2. Perfect, and we're also going to need a sewage. Let's go ahead and add another one. I don't think one will fit there. So what we'll have to do is we're just going to have to expand this out a little bit. I'm gonna let the game run just for a short while. Okay. Oh, it didn't recognize yet. Okay, come on, update please. You guys see that our budget already dropped drastically. Now, you know what? I don't want to mess with this right now because I just want to show you guys the effect and everything that's having on the city. For now, I'm just going to add it right here and connect it. Perfect. Does it have power? It does. I think one should be okay, I think. So let's see, I think the best place to keep an eye on the city. Actually from here, because we can see all of the warning signs and everything, like low water power. By the way, power, how's that doing? For that, that's an easy solution actually. We can go ahead and just to be safe, let's increase it to 95%. And I think we're good everywhere else. Well, guys, enjoy the time lapse. Alright guys, looks like the plan worked. We are finally at the target goal of 60,000 population. I couldn't be happier myself. I can't wait to get into that next tile and connect everything together for a really nice look. We have also unlocked the airport. Now, as far as this airport goes, I'm not sure if I'll be placing this particular one or if we're going to wait for the international airport, which comes with the next milestone and an additional area and also monuments. I think that we're not going to have room for both, but I'll give that some thought. Definitely not placing an airport this episode, but that is something that is going to come in the future. This city will have an airport. Alright, and here's what I have planned on how to connect the highway over here to this new tile. Um, this right here is going to get a whole new look. What we're going to do is we're going to go and put in the cloverleaf intersection. So that is going to sit somewhere right about there-ish. And then the highway is going to extend all the way down and hook up to this one over here for a nice and rounded highway, if you will. So that's something that's coming in this episode. I will go ahead and turn that into a time lapse, and I'll be back in just a short while. Well, that only took forever. I'm sure you guys enjoyed the time lapse of me destroying or removing all of the trees just to come back later and place them all back. Of course, in a different area, but here's the layout, kind of what I not layout, but the highway layout. Let's say, kind of what I came up with. So I kept the height the same to keep it consistent with the other side of the city. So that is up 2 on your D-pad. And then over here, it does dip back down. Says this is at the height of 1. And I think this is gonna be just fine. We are gonna provide a couple of exits over here on this side and possibly one somewhere over here. And I will go ahead and rework this as well because these on and off ramps are way too big for this small area over here. But that'll require just a little bit of work. What I will do is go ahead and end the episode here. Thank you guys so much for watching. The reason I'm ending it here is because the layout itself over here is going to take me a little bit of while to put together and kind of determine exactly how I want the road networks and everything. And I don't want this to turn into an hour or two video, especially now that we have reached our goal of 60,000 population. I mentioned at the beginning of the episode that we're going to be here for as long as it takes, but fortunately, that didn't take as long as I thought it would. So we'll resume the layout on the next episode. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed episode number 30. I certainly did. I had a lot of fun building this and kind of coming up with a new way to increase the population without adding a single additional building, if you will, or a residential zoning. So I'm pretty proud, pretty happy with the outcome itself, and can't wait to dig into this and show you guys what I come up with. If you are not subscribed yet, go ahead and do so. That really helps out my channel. Also, if you guys thought that this video was helpful and informative and you liked it, go ahead and give it a like. That too helps out the channel as well. And if you have any questions for me regarding what we did in this episode, feel free to go down into the comments, type in a question, and I will do my best to respond as promptly as I can. And as always, guys, have a good time.